Hi everyone! On this video, we will be focusing on the ratio table strategy for multiplication. This is a great strategy for story problems or word problems, and in my class, I kind of harp on the fact that you are going to work smarter, not harder, and there's really not a lot of multiplication. So we will go through actually the same problem that I have up here. I'm going to show you step by step how you can do this as well. So the problem I have is if one bag of chips costs $1.50, how much would 22 bags of chips cost? So this is a great, like I said, great strategy to use if you're using story problems or word problems and if it involves money. The first thing we are going to do is make a blank ratio table. So whether you're using a piece of paper, a whiteboard, whatever, you're just going to draw a horizontal line and then a few vertical lines. You can always add more later. So the top part is going to be our number of items. In this case, it's going to be the number of bags of chips. And then the bottom part is going to be how much that quantity is. So for this first one, I'm going to be adding one bag of chips. We know from our story problem cost $1.50. The next part, I went ahead and added a 2 right here. We're going to make a noticing that when I jumped from 1 to 2, I doubled that number. So I'm simply going to double $1.50. So I'm going to add it together twice to get $3. We are going to continue doubling our top part and bottom part until we get to a friendly number. So when I jumped from 2 to 4, when I doubled, I'm going to double my 3. That turns into $6. When I double the 4, it turns to 8. So when I double that $6, it's going to be 12. Now I could continue doubling, but I'm going to stop for a second and think about if I could add 2 of these numbers together to get a friendly number like 10. So I look at my top, I think, well, I could add 8 and 2 together to get 10 right here. And then I would take those totals for 2 and for 8, and I would add those together. So I'd be adding 3 and 12. So I'm at a friendly number of 10 bags of chips right now for $15. We need to get to 22. I'm going to think about, well, 10 plus 10 or 10 doubled is 20. And I'm simply going to double the answer for 10 to get our answer for 20. Now that I've hit the number 20, I'm really close to the number 22. So I went ahead and wrote it right next door. I'm going to think about what information I have on my ratio table that I could use to get to that 22 number. I know that 20 plus 2 equals 22. So I'm going to take my total from 20 and I'm going to add it with my total with 2. So it'd be 30 plus 3 to equal $33. Now that we have our answer, 22 bags of chips at $1.50 each would be $33 total. I want to go back and look at our ratio table and really highlight that we really didn't do any multiplication, but secretly we did because repeated addition equals multiplication. Just like when we were doing the lattice strategy, I make it very, very clear to my students that you have to be neat. Otherwise, if your work is sloppy, it's going to be hard to go back to and look at where you can kind of steal that information and use it. So something I want to point out is I did not show any of the steps for the addition portion. If you need to write down your addition problems below to solve them, totally fine, or on another sheet of paper or in another space, that's okay. So our riddle yesterday was, What has to be broken before you can use it? The answer, oh, Ziggy's trying to tell me. It was an egg. All right, today's riddle. What do dogs have that no other animal has? Ziggy says, I'll never tell, but we're going to tell in the next video. All right, that's it for this video. We'll see you on the next.